So from being an engineer, then IEEE TEMS, then secretary of IEEE TEMS. So what motivated you to be in IEEE?
That's a very interesting question. During my PhD study, I was in one of my conference, which that time my home society was Photonics Society, and I saw people, some of them are doing different volunteer kind of things, helping the session chair. So I was like curious, like, what are you guys doing? Like, what is this thing? And they're like, we are doing volunteer for IEEE, and I'm like, how this happened and why you are doing it at the first place? And then he explained me like how this volunteering can help you to get connected with so many other people and give you the benefits where what you as a just as going on internally, and you will get the exposure of the leadership decision making kind of thing, and you will be able to hold so many important roles, and which is really important to get the benefits of this exposure of being a volunteer kind of thing. So that's how I become interested in IEEE volunteering kind of thing. And later I was exploring like which society kind of give you the benefits based on your career, based on your interest, and how you want to contribute to the society. That was kind of my main motivator. Like I'm learning so many things, how I can give back. So that's how I become a part of IEEE volunteer. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice experience, ma'am. So, when you mentor or interact with students and young professionals, which one is common mistake you see them about making the choices of their careers?
That's another interesting question. I mean, most of the time I saw people don't want to mingle outside of their comfort zone, meaning like if
Yeah.
you're an electrical engineer, they have the tendency to focus on people who are from their own background. But I felt, and I firsthand experienced that you shouldn't limited yourself in your own technical background. You have to talk with people from other technical background, because the world is now focus on the diversified background, I would say. Like if you have a multidisciplinary kind of experience, it's easier for you to uh, give a better decision, even come up with a great solution for your own electrical engineering related solutions. You can make the solution much more in an effective way. So you have to get out of your comfort zone, talk to different people, background people, not only just technical people, but also people are non-technical. You have to understand like how you can communicate with your research to other people who does not understand the technical jargon. So if you can successfully make someone understand your technical research in a very simpler way, meaning you're a success, you know what are you doing. If you can't, meaning still you have a lots of path to go to learn like what are you are doing. There is some gaps you haven't been you need to focus on those things. So that's what I figured, that people are doing most of the mistakes. And another important thing I saw in between engineers, we are kind of not that much communicated to other people, meaning like
Mm.
we can communicate our own technical kind of thing, but when it comes to communicate with other people to make them, as I have mentioned, that you have to make sure that you can make the non-technical people understand what are you doing. So that's kind of part of the communication skill set, which is if you see most of the engineers lacking these skill sets. And I saw like so many of my colleagues and very bright engineers, they have a very good idea, which can be, that idea can be turned into a product and in future can be a very big company, who knows. But sometimes because of these communication skill sets, they can't sell their product, they can't communicate what's the benefits. So that's a career barrier, I would say, or obstacle that engineers and students are facing. So yeah, that's need to be very taken seriously so that they can improve on those skill sets.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So, as I am a computer science major student, so as a student, we focus only on the coding and academic part. But platform like IEEE give us the exposure beyond the classroom. So, how would you suggest students use IEEE effectively for their overall development?
So I would suggest in a simpler manner, it's like IEEE is just not the technical community. It's a global ecosystem. In IEEE, you will find researcher, you will find industry people, you will find people who are in a leadership position, and you will, if you're involved within IEEE, you will be able to learn so many things that without, I mean, not in that shoes, you will not understand like what's happening within this leadership thing and why it's important. So that's how like IEEE can help you in terms of like understanding leadership beyond your classroom setting, because while you are in the position of a role or responsibility, for example, you are chairing a section or a chapter, so you have to lead the chapter, right? You have to bring out you have to map out like throughout the year what are you going to achieve. You have to figure out like what will be the KPI for your chapters, what kind of event you want to arranged so that people can get benefited from. So every time you are planning an event, you have like a key takeaway you have to focus on, because arranging an event and if people are joining and they don't see value, then eventually people will not join your events. So you have to focus those things. So you are thinking so many, you are putting so many hats on your head and thinking from different perspectives. So if you're not in this position, you're not going to do that, right? So that's how IEEE is helping you, and that's how people can get the benefits. Like put yourself in a challenging position, think like a leader, think like a student, and think like why people should join my event, why even someone come to this podcast and listen to me, why, what I have that they are looking into, or what I can promise to them. If they're not right now, everyone's attention is so short timed. It's like 50 seconds, 60, 30-second kind of thing. People are very much insta reel focused. So why they should invest their time in a podcast or in an event and go there and listen to someone if there is nothing new for them to take from that particular talk. So while you are arranging this event as a chair, you are focusing those things, right? You're thinking those things and effectively trying to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Still something will go wrong, although you are planned everything out. So that's what you are learning. So maybe during this podcast, any kind of technical issue can happen, right? So you have to be like how we can be instantly focus on like how we can mitigate those challenges, and if these challenges happen, how we can like make sure that the event goes smoothly. Like we have to make sure the show's going on. So this kind of situation like you can only get the experience if you are in the situation, right? So that's where IEEE can help you. Or just not IEEE, I'm not just only focusing on IEEE. Any kind of volunteer activities if you're doing, you will get this kind of exposure, this knowledge, this leadership background, which is you cannot learn through just reading books, watching things. You have to be there. You have to walk the walk and talk the talk. Otherwise, you're not going to learn those things. So in classroom setting, you're learning the concept. In real life, while you're doing volunteering with any organization, especially IEEE and IEEE teams, you learn how to manage those things, how to handle pressure, how to handle stress, how to manage people. Not everyone is like super cooperative. Some people would be, some people you will find difficult to manage or difficult to talk with, difficult to involve. So how you can navigate through those people, and how you can make sure that everything is, there is no conflict. So conflict resolution, conflict management, you're also from this time management, so many things. You have this strategic kind of view, the whole roadmap. So that's why it's very important. Go outside of your classroom, be a part of any organization, IEEE, or maybe your technical society, which is your prime focus for your career, go there, see what kind of things they are providing, be involved with those things, and you will surprise what you are learning throughout the process.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable insights. So, does IEEE offer a unified global portal where members across countries can connect easily or collaborate or engage with each other?
That's a great question. So far, no, and yes. No, in a sense, like there is no centralized system where you can go and get the benefits. Yes, in a sense, still, for example, you are in India right now, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
ma'am.
I'm in
Yes,
USA,
ma'am.
so we are still get it connected through IEEE. So it's I would say like you could reach out to any global leaders from IEEE or IEEE teams or any technical society from IEEE, and you can make your event happen. Though it not in person, virtually we are making it happen right now after
Yes, ma'am.
COVID situation. So that's how you can say like, yeah, there is a global hub you can get benefits from, but I'll not say it's a centralized kind of platform where you can go and take the benefits from. But still, if you go to the IEEE website, there will be like so many resources, and within IEEE, every society, every volunteers, staff members, they're very helpful. If you need to navigate through, if you reach out to the people personal, like whom you want to reach out, they will be like happy to connect you with the right person or right resources. So that's how you can get the help, but it's not in as simple as, because it's a very big organization, it's not possible
Yes,
in a
ma'am.
way. So yeah, you need to figure out, navigate through like which one you want to actually want. You want IEEE TEMS, IEEE EDS, or who actually which kind of speaker you want, or which kind of resources you want. There's everything available, but it's kind of like based on different societies, so you have to figure it out.
Yeah. So, how can students actively contribute to IEEE TEMS beyond just attending events or conferences and all?
So, for students, first you have to ask the question why you want to be part of TEMS, right? It's
Mhm.
people uh, misinterpret TEMS as a like technology. I mean, it's the name, Technology and Engineering Management Society. So people
Mhm.
misinterpret like I'm not a manager yet. I'm just a student. I'm an engineering student. So why should I part of this managerial society, and what benefits I'm going to get? So that's, I would say, a misconception at the very beginning, first. And if you see the TEMS a percentage of like how many, I mean, demographic, you will say that student percentage is very low. We are trying to encourage more students to be parts of teams, but still the ratio is not that much of high. The reason I figured is students are still not that much of career centric focus. People comes to TEMS after completing the graduation, going to industry or academia, understanding that they need
Mhm.
to be a leader and they need this leadership skill. Like after spending like 5 to 10 years in their career, then they come to TEMS. But it should be, as a student, you have a very good, I'll say, the advantage you have, like you can do the experiment, meaning like if you organize an event or if you go to an event, if you make a mistake or if you do anything, there is no high risk, so you can explore, you can experiment, you can get in touch with the leaders. So that's how you can understand like what you are planning for your career as an
Mhm.
engineer. What do you see yourself, if you go to like any interview session, they will ask you like, what is your career roadmap? How you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? So if you ask
Mhm.
yourself as a student, like how I want to end up my career, like after completing my graduation, where I see myself, in which industry and which setup. So if you have a like vision, based on that you can map your career right now, and based on that you can understand like, okay, then TEM society, it gives both the engineering background, it also connects the innovators, the entrepreneurs, and also industry practitioners, academic practitioners as well. So how I can get benefited from that? If
Mhm.
you are someone who want to be be a entrepreneur, you know that there is like so much TEMS can offer for you to be an entrepreneur, apart from IEEE Entrepreneur Society as well. So why you should be part of this? That's a question actually to the student itself. Like what you want. If you can understand your need, then you can go to any society and you can figure out like what information you actually need to make sure that you're leading a successful career. So that's, did I answer your question or still I'm missing
Yes,
something?
ma'am. Of course, yes, ma'am.
Means there's so many things you can learn from TEMS. Not only TEMS, any society I would say, but especially TEMS because it's giving you the managerial background. It's give you the innovation management kind of understanding. So you will understand that cross-sectional, cross team related collaboration. You will communicate your ideas more effectively. If you go to any TEMS conference, you will be surprised to see like C-suite executives are there, and they're like talking with you in a very encouraging way, and you will be like, okay, I see myself in this role in like maybe 10-15 years later. So what should I need to do to be there? And if you go and talk to different people during the conference or any events or anything, you will see that different people needs to be talking a different way. For example, if you're talking to a maintenance team, their language is different. If you're talking with an engineering team, their language is different. If you're talking with a manager, their language is different. They understand different kind. Their KPI is different. They're different kind of result-oriented person. If you talk to a C-suite executive, they also follow different kind of pattern. So you have to understand those things and those communication skills that you have to develop. And if you're starting right now, it will give you so much added advantage from those people who is following this thing after joining their career. So you will be ahead of your career. So it's up to you. If you want to be ahead, start right away. And there's so many resources. If you focus on just only your engineering career, yeah, you can be a good engineer. You'll see, if you look around your surroundings, you'll see like so many talented engineers you'll see in your life, but they are not shining in their career. Why? As an engineer, they're so awesome, so genius, but what's keeping them to shine? Because they are breaking the silos. They're in the limited knowledge set, just only keeping them in between this engineering perspective, not making them focus on the other thing. You have to be comfortable with uncomfortable, and when you can do that, you you will surprised by the like opportunities you will have. So it's again up to you how you are going to decide. Any student, like how he or she wants to decide their career, and based on that, there is like so many resources is there. People are very helpful, especially for IEEE TEMS people. If you go to any webinar or if you want to be a volunteer, they're so helpful. They want people to come and be a volunteer. Like have volunteers in their different platform, and yeah, take the opportunities, take the lead, and jump right ahead to make sure that you are ahead of your career and making sure that you're not doing any mistakes. Even though you're doing mistakes, it's through mistakes we learn. So
Thank you, ma'am. So, what advice would you give to young women aspiring to leadership roles in tech?
okay, that's a great question. Women's and girls face a different kind of problem than men's, and that's because it's a male dominated society. But still, I will not discourage anyone, any girls or women, to be in a leadership position. The thing is, like, if you're confident enough and if you have a solid idea and you know what are you doing, then no one can make any barrier or obstacle for you. You will navigate through this challenging situation. It's just not only for girls or women's; it also happens for men's as well. Sometimes it happens like the male counterpart, they are also struggling in different way. But yeah, we mostly focusing on girls, as because we are seeing the pattern for the Asian people. I'm from Bangladesh, so I know how the mentality works. We don't try to speak our mind. We all the time things like, if I say this, how other people is taking me. But that's not a leadership thing. A leader should say what is right, and they have to be very clear about their vision. What other people is saying, thinking about me is none of my business. If I'm right, if I'm confident about what I'm saying, if my solution is going to be effective, I should say that in a very bold way, in a confidence way. So that's what we need to make sure that our young generation, especially girls, women, and also boys and men, they are focusing on those things. Talk here, like whatever question you have, ask question. Even if I say like my own experience, when I was doing my undergrad, I was a very shy girl. Like I barely talk with anyone. So if I even compare myself, like how I was like 10 years back and how I am now, I have gone through a long journey, and I right now I question everyone. And I feel like this is what we need to teach our girls at the very early childhood, that you have the right to question everything. It's not like you're like doubting everything. It's like you, through question, you are learning. It's a learning opportunity. Every question give you a learning opportunity. So question, you're not disrespecting anyone. Definitely it's not in a disrespecting way. You need to have the mannerism. You need to respect each other, because you also want the same respect from other people. So make sure you're not disrespecting other people, but you are allowed to ask questions, to learn, to explore. So those are the things, as a women leader, you need to be more focused on. And whenever in the boardroom, if you feel like you are the only person as a girl there, and there's like so many men's and other people, so don't feel like oh no, what if they're not going to listen to me. I mean, your confidence matter. If you're confident enough, you will see everyone as your equal. So that time you will not feel the fear, you'll not feel shyness, or you're not going to holding yourself back. So that's the thing you have to do very nurture very early in your career, or from early childhood, I would say. And focus on those things. It's I would say for everyone, not just for girl or women. I saw like some boys as well. They are also very shy. They don't want to speak their mind. They sometimes don't uh, uh, ask question, which we need to like tell everyone, ask question. Asking question is it's the right way to learn.
Of course, ma'am. So yeah, be confident and be aware of the things and all,
Yeah,
and
be
work through
curious.
all the.
Be curious all the time.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
there's a Japanese thing that's if I'm not mistaken, it's shoshin. It's like a beginner's mind. You have to take everything as like a child mindset. Ask questions. Don't be afraid, or don't. Sometimes we have the tendency, like before asking question, sorry, maybe my question is a stupid question. Don't say that. There is no question as a stupid question. A question is a question. And nothing like you are trying to learn. If you're asking a question for anything, meaning you are trying to understand that thing. It's not a silly question. It's not a stupid question. It's a question. And as a curious learner, you have the right to ask a question. And the person you're asking the question, they have to take you seriously that time. Like, yeah, she or he is trying to learn the thing. That's why they're asking the question. So yeah, that's how you should uh, communicate with each other, or yeah, learn.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, how does IEEE TEMS help bridge the gap between being a good engineer and becoming a tech leader or product manager?
That's another good question. In Tim's society, if you follow like all the resources and everything, you will see that in Tim's we are preaching not only the your technical research background, but also how you can be a better manager, or someone who can be a better leader. To be a better manager, you need to know the skill set, like uh, how to effectively utilize your time, how to talk with different stakeholders. Those are the things you will see like in all the TEMS webinar, in all the TEMS related resources, books, papers, everywhere you will see we are focusing on those things. So that will actually help you to focus, build up your this soft skill, like talk to people, understand their, as I have mentioned, like speaking is a very, communication is a very important kind of thing, because different people understand different kind of language. I mean, the way of talking is different. So those are the resources you will find in the TEMS society. So if you join any webinar, if you join any event or conference, you will see like they're like always talking in a very strategic point of view. They are talking in the organizational perspective, governance perspective, how you can handle a big project, how you can lead something. So you, as an engineer, though you have the technical mindset, you will explore this other kind of arena that you still need to be developed on, or maybe you have this, but you still can learn more. There's no limit for learning. So TEMS is always helpful in that manner. I will suggest like you go to any TEMS conferences or webinar, and you will be surprised like how they're talking, and their language is completely different, like how as an engineers we talk. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so ma'am, we have noticed that some IEEE affiliated groups like WIE or SITE offer dedicated grants for student activities. However, TAMS, we don't usually see dedicated grants for student chapters. So could you help us find one or guide us of how TAMS students can seek funding?
That is a very good question, which we need to ask our president or someone in the very leadership. I mean, we don't discourage anything, um, but I would suggest like if you have a very solid idea that goes aligned with the TEMS mission and vision, I will suggest to reach out to the TEMS board members, and they will help you to actually figure out the funding situation. And we always encourage. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm saying anything that's not there. So yeah, it's not there. But if you have a good proposal, definitely then society can help you to figure out something so that you can organize that thing. But again, what is your proposal? That's very important, and how it's aligning with TEM's mission and vision. Just make sure that's okay, and yeah, go ahead and reach out to us, especially TEM's president, because they are going to TEM's president, past president. They are going to make those decisions, like how they want to distribute the funding. So it's not me who can say anything. So yeah.
So how can we students align our proposals with IEEE priorities to improve approval of chances?
That's another thing we need to figure it out, because to be frank, as I have mentioned, if you see the TEMS demographic is mostly after graduation, like young professional ratio is little bit, but mostly it's like seasoned professional and more experienced professionals from both from industry and academia. So we don't have that much of like student on board. So for now, if I'm saying my thought, my perspective is like, as we don't have that much of the student on board, so we are not planning for a student right now. That's the main thing. So if we see that there's like so many students coming to the TEMS society, uh, then definitely we can plan out for something in future. But right now, we don't think that we have anything in progress, and maybe in future. As I mentioned earlier, that if you see the demographic for TEMS and like, for example, IEEE Photonics Society or Electronic Device Society and other society, you see like student number of student is like so high over there, but not in TEMS. So as you have to like arrange your funding or allocate your funding based on the like people you have on board. If you don't have that many people, you are not going to, as a leader, you're not going to allocate funding for that. That's the common kind of understanding. So if more student comes on board, maybe in future we will arrange something like that. But right now I can't say anything. There is nothing I can give you a clear answer for this question. It's a very complicated question to answer.
It's okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, we are planning to organize some events like hackathons, technical workshop, or cybersecurity challenges and all. So we need some funding for that. So that's why I have asked you that question.
Yeah, I got it. But again, the thing is like we don't have that many students, so
Hmm.
we haven't mapped out anything student focused. But if something is very much promising, and if something is very much well aligned with TEMS mission and vision, maybe TEMS board of governor can be like allocate some funding. I don't know. I have no authority to answer this question or say anything. So if you have a good proposal, you can reach out to our president, and let's see if there is something, he or she will navigate you through the process. If not, then there is nothing we can do at this moment right now. But yeah, let's see what we can do for in future. We are trying to encourage more students to be part of the society because of this. Like if we have more people from student background, that would be much more easier for us to like map out like how we are going to help the students. But we don't have that kind of right now at this
Hmm.
moment. But let's see. We don't know. What's the future is ahead. So
Of course, ma'am. So any other questions, Nidhi ma'am and Shruti? So
I think there is a question in the chat. How does TEMP support early career professionals? So again, you as a student, we have to ask ourselves, like after the graduation, what kind of career I'm going to decide. Like, am I going to industry or academia? Because these two paths, or be an entrepreneur. So there is a three path. So each path requires different kind of skill sets, different kind of way of preparation for taking the challenges. For example, academic background, you have to have a research oriented, you have to have papers, and so many other criteria, and the interview process and application is completely different. For industry, you have to more focus on like how you present yourself, how is your resume looks like, how many industry people you know who can refer you for the industry job kind of thing. For entrepreneurship is how much you are technical, how much business mindset you have. So those kind of thing actually helps you. So if you know your answer, like which path you're going to take, and based on that, you can TEM society can help you in different way. For example, for academic career, they have a very vast resources for be an academic successful personnel. So if you go to different TEMS related journals, newsletter, you will see like we have lots and lots of resources over there. You can publish your research over there. You can be an editor, editor in chief, or just associate editor, or anything. Any way you can be a part of teams and learn from those things which will actually help you in your career if you're academic focus. If you're industry focus, the same thing comes. Teams will guide you like as an early career, what kind of skill sets you need so that you can excel in your career. You can have your promotions or and get to the position that you are desired. So apart from your engineering kind of thing, what other skill sets you need to make sure that you have those in your resume, or if you're doing any volunteer work, that will actually help shows your leadership skill set. If you're going to different conferences and talking to different people, that shows your communication skill set. And while you're organizing while you're leading a section or chapters, or doing a volunteer for a particular maybe conference, that shows you that you are capable of teamwork, and you are you can navigate this conflict management and other thing. So those are the skill sets actually really helpful for early professionals to be from engineer to engineer manager, and then become a team lead or other thing, and VP, eventually the C-suite leader. So that's how actually TEMS help you in different way. And how can job choice again, and as I mentioned, like as a student you have to ask yourself the question like which career path you want to take. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, TEMS will help you. If you see the TEMS conference with different outline, you will see like we will always focus on I mean we always have a dedicated entrepreneurship kind of track for people to understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur, how you have to learn the business terminology, how to pitch your idea, how you can write your business plan, what is the like how you can figure out that your idea is going to work or not. Because sometimes we have idea and we think like yeah this is going to work, but when we are in the market and do customer survey, we see that this isn't going to work, or even if it's going to work we need to make some corrections or something like that. So those kind of mindset you can build up by going to this kind of conferences, or there's so many resources over there, and we are in close collaborative with the entrepreneurship team as well. So that's how you can get the benefits, both platform from TEMS and on entrepreneurship as well. So decide yourself first which career path you want to take, and then go to TEMS webpage, and you will figure out like what kind of resource you want, or what kind of volunteer role you want to get involved to get more knowledge, and what kind of conferences you want to attend, so that you can be with the people you want to learn from, and you're visualizing yourself to be such a person in future. So based on that we can decide like how we can navigate our career. So yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So, being a student, if I want to publish my own first research paper, so what would be the step-by-step advice you can give so that I
uh,
do not mistake anything
uh, you want to publish in the TEMS TMR or TEMS any journal?
in any of the no in IEEE journal or in any of the conferences?
Oh, okay. Again, it's different. Journal has a different kind of
Hmm.
criteria. So you have to first figure out like what kind of journal or what kind of paper you want to submit. For conference paper, there's a different kind of rules and regulation, and for journal, there's a different kind of requirement. So navigate through what is the paper that you want to publish, and then you can navigate through which IEEE society journal or a conference you can target. And based on that you have to understand where- like where you want to publish and how you want to publish. It's a very complicated question in a sense, like it actually depends on what is your paper, the contents of your paper. If it's like, for example, it's more focused on technical side, for example, kind of electron device focused, I would suggest to go to any electron device related magazine. They have magazine, they have newsletter, they have conference, and they have even different publication paper as well, transactional paper. So what is your paper? For example, I have recently be a part of this EDS magazine as a associate editor, and I have published several articles. Those are not that much technical. It was like humanitarian kind of thing, and just in general kind of thing. So it was easy to publish in the magazine. It was easier to publish in the newsletter. But if it's technical focus, then I have to figure out like in the transactional paper I want to submit, or it just a conference that is two-page kind of thing, just simple abstract, simple experimental setup related idea and anything. So that's up to you actually where you want to like publish. It's
Okay,
not like
ma'am.
one solution for all. It's you have to navigate through it. It's you'll figure it
It
out.
depends on the paper.
Yeah, your content, what kind of content you have. For example, again I can give you one more example. If you want to publish a leadership related article and you want to publish in, you can publish in IEEE TEMS newsletter. You can also publish in IEEE TEMS magazines, TMR, and you can also publish in IEEE we magazines, we that actually publish this kind of thing. But if it's technical, then you have to figure out in different platform.
Yes, ma'am. And how our team can be in association for the conduction of events, or how can we collaborate as worldwide level as SBCs?
Collaboration kind of thing. First, if you want to collaborate, like you have an event plan and you want maybe some global team or maybe global teams to be a part of it. I have mentioned previously as well, what is your proposal of the plan for the event? If it's like something that from someone from USA or someone from maybe Europe or Africa wants to be interested, I mean, you have to reach out to these people first of all. And if they're like feeling like, yeah, your event sounds like a great idea and we want to collaborate, you can always reach out to people. There is no harm in reaching out to people. If someone is showing interest, they will immediately be a collaborator, and we can always have this virtual platform to have any kind of events, the whole day events, workshop, anything we can arrange. So the first thing you need to figure out what kind of event are you planning. The second thing, whom you want to reach out to, and then reach out to these pupils or the society leaders. And if the response is positive, most of the time the response will be positive. Maybe the date and timing could be like you have to navigate through, because the different time zone, different kind of holidays kind of thing is going on for different country. So navigate through this thing, and then you will be able to get a great event happening. I have seen like that if people reach out for any kind of like good events, even for my like Oregon section related events, if someone reach out to us and we feel like, oh, this is even something, yeah, this is something we want to do. Let's collab. We're I saw that within IEEE, every society, every volunteers are very open to collaborate, but it's like you have to figure out whom to reach out. And if sometimes if the person is not uh, feedback, giving you any feedback, meaning maybe either they are not they're not having the like opportunity to, I mean, they can be busy, so maybe that's why they are not responding. But you shouldn't be disheartened. You should keep trying to reach out to people, and most of the people are very nice people.
Okay, ma'am. Any other questions? Nidhi ma'am, Shraddha sir, Aditya.
Hello, ma'am. I am Kshitij.
Hi.
First of all, thank you so much for joining us today. Uh,
You're
Ma'am,
welcome.
this is a question many of us students generally struggle with. Students often feel pressure to figure out everything early. As you said, from your journey, is it okay to be uncertain? And how did you handle uncertainty in your career?
That's a great question. And to be frank, uncertainty is a part of your life. In a sense, like as a human being, we don't know that I'm going to be alive tomorrow or not. Even I can die after like 10 minutes later. So life is uncertain itself. So while your life is uncertain, the career comes in a very much more uncertain way. In a sense, like as an engineer, you are solving different problems. Sometimes while you're solving the problem, sometimes the problem itself is not well defined. You have to figure out first what is the problem itself.
Yes.
Then you have to go for the solution. So you, as a student, as a professional, as a mid-career person, or as a very expert person, you all the time have to be open-minded to get anything in your life, and it is quite normal. It's not like, why is happening with me, why me, this kind of question we got all the time. People think like, oh, this is only happening with me. No, it's different people are going through different kind of struggle, different kind of uncertainty, different kind of pressure. Some has family pressure, some has career related pressure, some has their own different kind of personal experiences that they are going through. still they are focusing on their career. And in the career setting, there's like, as a student, you're trying so hard to learn a particular subject, but you're somehow failing, though you're trying so hard. So that's another kind of challenge. Even you're taking all the preparation, you're somehow getting good grades or something, but after completing your graduation, now another uncertainty, like how you can land into your dream job. So there's so many uncertainty. You're trying to get into a job, but somehow it's not well received, and sometimes you feel like i have I have given my best, I tried my best, and still I'm not getting positive response, which is, I would say, quite normal. It happens with everyone in their lifetime. Rejection is part of your learning. Uncertainty is a part of your learning. The more you are comfortable with this uncertain situation, rejection, the more you are like becoming a newer version of yourself, and that is what you have to be prepared for. Life is never going to be certain. Even if you have done a great job throughout your career, still there will be a moment that you don't know what you are going to do in your next step. Maybe you have successfully become an entrepreneur, you're running your own business, but there will be so many challenges, uncertain things uh, can be on your path. So as a starting from a student, if you think like if you have this mindset that anytime anything can happen, and you have to be prepared for that, meaning like you have to prepare your mindset that this can happen, and yeah, this should be normal, and you have to navigate through all the challenges. If you can do that, meaning you're comfortable with this thing, if you're becoming more expert in stress management as well. So that's also part of this thing, like this whole management kind of thing. You have to navigate this uncertainty, stress, people management, and you are also becoming more emotionally intelligent, as a that's we call is like EQ, emotional intelligence. So you will understand your emotion, people around you, and the environment, and based on that you can take a great decision. The more you can be cool in your difficult situation, the more you will be successful in your life and take the good decisions for to navigate your career. So I would say, like, try it from very early career to have this kind of mindset that uncertainty is a part of your life, and you have to take all those things as a normal kind of aspect of life.
So, any other questions? Ritesh,
Thank you, ma'am. Your experience and perspective really gives students a lot of clarity. Last question, ma'am. Uh, if you had to give just one rule for students to follow in their career, what would it be?
One what is the part of the question? I couldn't hear you properly.
I want to ask one rule you would give
Oh,
students
rule.
to follow
Okay.
in their
Yeah.
career.
Yeah. Got it. So as a student, you have to ask yourself first, where you want to see yourself. You want to be someone that people want to follow, or someone who is just hiding behind other people. So if you know the answer, then you will figure it out, like what you need to do for your own career. For example, as I mentioned, if I look back like 10 years back of me, I was a very shy girl who doesn't talk that much. But I came to the shell. I removed that shell from me, and I'm trying to be more extrovert other than becoming an introvert. So that's the thing you have to figure out, like what skills that you need to build up so that you can be a successful in any kind of career, not only engineer career, management career, whatever career you want to choose. That's your life. You are the master of your fate, and you are the captain of your own ship. That is your fate. So you can navigate your career based on how you are asking the question, right question to yourself, where you want to see yourself. Just just follow this, like just have the answer ready for your career, and you will get to know that what you want to do and how you want to do and which people you want to be with. Because always remember, the people you are always be with is who are shaping you for your career. If you're being with lazy people, you will be eventually somehow becoming lazy, although you are a very punctual person. But if you're with the leaders, if you're with the visionary people, you will be surprised how your mindset, your daily curriculum, your everything has been changed drastically. So ask yourself where you want to be. You want to be the leader or you want to be the follower?
Of course. So, with that, we come to the end of today's discussion. Thank you so much, Dr. Nazneen ma'am, for sharing your insights, experience, and honest perspectives with us. This conversation has given us a lot to think about, not just in terms of careers, but in how we grow as leaders. On behalf of IEEE TEM Students Branch Chapter Acropolis, I would like to sincerely thank you for taking the time to join us and guide our students. To everyone listening, we hope this session encouraged you to think beyond technical roles and start preparing yourself for the future of engineering and technology leadership. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part of this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. It was my
Thank you,
pleasure
ma'am.
to come.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Um,